time I was just doing my own story, and one of them ran to me, "You guy, you need to mind your cameras."
Yeah, I'm going to vote.
The university has a tuition payment policy of 20%, which states that if you've not paid 20%, you don't vote. What's your take on that?
In the first place, what I just want to say is Nkumba is a private university which has their policies, not like the other universities. And me about the police, 20% police, to qualify to be a student, you must have been registered. That means if you are not registered, doesn't make you become a student. That doesn't make you become one. I think the policy it is fair. It is fair.
So you mean you're supporting the university from denying students from participating in democracy in the university?
Not that the university is denying students, but I think there might be some way out how they can maybe work on it.
Because they've already denied with the 20%.
You know, I think
payment policy.
The leaders, the student leaders, and the administrators, they have a link which they have not really realized. You know, we are in a hard situation right now. Even the state alone, everything has become very hard. You know, they will have worked hand in hand with the student leaders to see how they can go about it. You know, how you can go about the 20% since things are a bit hard. I think that's what the student leaders have not done. So here I can't blame the university because it's a policy. Even the electoral commission, they have it as a policy which says that if you have not paid 20%, you don't have the right to vote. It's not that they're trying to deny it, but it's a policy which is supposed to be followed. Yeah.
One, two, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2.
Wants to be. Why are you not so fresh in my mind? Among the first time. Yeah. But you pick something out of what I've shared. Then, please, there's a lot of talent in this room. But the sound, thank you. The impression.
So, Mr. Ben, you're one of the students at Nkumba University, and you're going to vote, right?
Yes.
There's this 20% tuition payment policy, which says if you've not paid 20% of the tuition, you don't vote. What's your take on that?
My take on that is I don't agree. The reason being, when you try to ask yourself, at what point of time do you become a student? And when I give the answer to that, I become a student when I'm registered, I have the student number, I have my blue card, and at the same time an ID. So I become a student of Nkumba University. But on the policy of the 20%, as a student, I needed to express or enjoy my privileges as a student. Like the guild activities, one of it is the elections. So whether I pay or I don't pay, as long as I'm a student pursuing my bachelor's in the 3 years, I need to exercise my rights, because at the end of the day, I'll leave this university when I've cleared everything and I leave the school with a zero balance. So on that policy of 20%, I don't concur with it, but as a student, I need to express my right by voting.
So let's bring it down here. In the last academic year, we had less than 30% of the students voting, and which means 70% did not vote, right? So if we have a university being ruled or governed by the minority, right, the majority are not actually catered for, where do you think the university is putting the students at?
I think it is very clear. 70% did not participate in the elections, and then 30% participated. Now when you try to weigh, you find out that it is the minority that try to decide over the university, and we have many number of students at the school. So now it brings us down that that policy of the 20% is not right. Reason being, the leader that we send, it is basing on the 30%. And if you take a situation, maybe that 30% mostly are friends to that leader. So we just vote because he is a friend, then we take him up. At the end of the day, service delivery will not be to the point, because the grievances of the other 70 is not being considered. And when you're to weigh, it is the 70 which is bigger than the 30%.
Okay, to cut it short, lastly, do you think the university is denying students from participating in democracy in the university?
I think yes.
Why?
I think yes, because by bringing that policy of 20%, they are trying to deny. Reason being, our parents are struggling at home, but at the end of the day, they will complete tuition. So some parents, they get the money towards the end of the academic semester. That's when they get the money, and they make sure they clear. Now when such kind of programs come in and you have not done anything or you have not paid anything, then a student is being denied his rights, and democratically things will not be working right. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Madam Mildred,
Yes.
the university, Nkumba University actually has a tuition payment policy of
20%, which states that if you've not paid the 20%, you don't vote or you don't participate in the electoral process. Why is the university asking students to pay to vote?
Personally, I feel like the university is asking students to pay and vote because it's almost turning bankrupt. Apparently, it doesn't look like lecturers have been paid for the previous 2 months. So, and we're the stakeholders of the university. So if we don't pay, they are not paid. So no activity will run in the university.
So you mean the university has the right to actually stop students from voting? That's what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So these students are actually going to pay at the end of the semester.
Yes.
Full tuition before they sit. Why is the university not allowing them to vote, since it's their right to vote? They're students, they are registered. Why?
When you raise a child and you tell the child fire burns, but the child does not listen, you let the child touch the fire. At the end of the day, it burns.
Okay.
When they tell you you're supposed to pay to access and you don't pay in time, it hits back. At the end of the day, you're going to pay to access.
Let's take a look at this. There are parents who don't get money in time, okay? The poor parents in the village. You know, it's hard to raise that 2.5 or 2 or 3 million, okay? And they pay at the end of the semester. And yet, these children at the school are stopped from the normal activities in the university. So what do you think? What do you think? Can the university reverse it or cancel that policy and allow students to vote?
I personally don't think everyone is going to vote online because the 20% hits online.
The voting is actually physical.
Yeah, and online. It is a two-way.
Okay.
It's a two-way. So if you cannot vote online, I'm thinking you can avail yourself in school because that day there is not going to be security. So why break your head to the 20%? Why would you want to vote online if you do not pay the 20%? Avail yourself and vote your leader. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.